All right, good evening once more, and welcome to tonight's session. Tonight, we are going to be discussing data modeling in Power BI. Initially, I wanted us to treat DAX, but DAX is advanced, so I want us to be growing in hierarchy. So that's why I've decided let us treat data modeling, and in sequence, data modeling should come before that. So it's very, very important. Data modeling is very important in data analysis, not only in data analysis, even in business analysis. If you are in my class in business analysis, here I talk about requirement modeling so much. The way we do model our requirements is the way we do model our data as well. And this data modeling, I want us to understand the way it works. So data modeling in a very simple terms is integration of tables. Just simple integration of tables. Different tables, different related tables, you integrate them to share information. This will help us that if we want to build a very big, robust sales data, you see we start merging a lot of, we can merge sales table with custom. If you remember when we do merging, we are merging a lot of tables. We merge sales tables with customer tables, with vendor tables, with even employee tables. So when you merge all these tables together in one to become one table, it's going to be very, very unorganized. There will be a lot of data redundancy. And it's difficult, it's not the best practice to share insights about data in that kind of table. And this is where data modeling comes in. Data modeling gives us the opportunity to create simple tables and then link all of them together and be able to analyze the central table, which is drawing information or drawing data from different other tables. That is what we mean by data modeling. If you look at requirement modeling, for those who are in business analysis, is about sharing requirement, like in a process, we model a process to show how different processes links together, how different departments, cross-functional teams links together in order to deliver a process. You see, it's about bringing items, variables together to have a central place where we can, share the information. That is all about data modeling. So many applications as well. We model applications. Most of our applications, what we do in integration, like for instance, if we are using a CRM system and we want the CRM system to share information with HRM system, with ITSM system, with different other systems, all you need to do is use a connector, integrate all of them together, and you see all of them withdrawing information. That's what we mean by data communication, data sharing, seamless data sharing. So that's what we are doing at this point in this table. So we link different tables together so that we can draw information without making any data redundant because they are simple data sets. So that is it. So let's dive in and look at it practically. So if you want to follow on the practical aspect of it, I've shared this lecture notes in our WhatsApp forum. So you can download it from the WhatsApp, and the table we are going to use as well. They are all there. So you can download them. If you can't, you can just keep following up. So like I said, the data modeling is crucial in Power BI, where raw data from multiple tables is structured into logical and meaningful format. This allows for efficient querying, analysis, and visualization. So it's all about trying to link tables together. So what we are going to be seeing here is tables, relationships, keys, schemas. Relationship is the link that join these tables together, and we'll have what we call keys. Keys are the key in a table. We have a key. That key is going to be the key column that is going to be linking tables with different other tables like customer ID, vendor ID, product ID. These can be called keys. They help to link one table with another table. That is the common, every table that can be linked together must have one thing in common. If they don't have anything in common, it's not possible for you to have a relationship with another table. A table that need to have a relationship with another table must have a relationship. Let's look at how this relationship is going to look like. Okay. The table we are looking at this point, this is sales table. If you see this sales table, you see order ID, you see dates, you see customer ID, you see product ID, you see vendor ID, you see sales amount, you see quantity, and you see region. For this table to be linked with another table, that table must have at least one thing in common with this table. And let's look other tables we have. So the next table we have here is called customer table. We call it dimension table. And the first one we see here is the key, is the facts table. That is the key, the major table that links so many things together. So this is the sales table. So if you look at this sales table, let's see what it have in common with this customer table. So in this customer table, you see that sales table have got customer ID. So this means that these two tables can be linked together. If we want to link these two tables together, we have to link it from this. This is the relationship. Customer ID here and customer ID here will be linked together. And that's how these two tables we establish a relationship and be sharing information. So now, when you link these two tables together, if you want to analyze this sales data, you don't need to merge this table again. If you want to merge this table, you need to start, growing and becoming untidy, and it's not going to be user-friendly at all. So then let's look at another table here. Another table here is product table. If you remember the sales table, that sales table equally got product ID. So if you want to link the sales table together, you see is through this product ID. This table can only be linked to sales table. Okay, but this table cannot be linked with customer ID because they don't have anything in common. We have another table, vendor table. This table as well can be linked to customer table because of this vendor ID. But this vendor table cannot be linked with product table or customer table. So you see that is the relationship that do exist within these tables. So these are the various tables. So now we need to go to our Power BI to demonstrate all these things I've just said. To see how we are going to link the table together. To link the tables together in Power BI, we need to import all these tables into Power BI. And then be able, from there, we can establish link within all these tables. Yeah. So, and before we start modeling, that is linking, that is modeling, we need to clean every table, make sure that every table is clean enough before they can be able to share the kind of insights we want them to show. So at this point, I'm moving to Power BI, where I'll be getting this table into Power BI. The Excel document I share with you, they contain 4 sheets. All these 4 sheets are 4 tables. So you don't need to start importing, you just get them together and transform them and work with them. Okay, the next thing now is to import data. To the table, we are going to the document that contains all this is this Excel document, which is Futraku says data sets. Okay. See here, that is the tables. I'm going to select all of them. And I will load. So you can see we've got this data here. That is it here. You see, we have customer table. Then we have product table. Okay, you see product table, and then we'll see sales table, and then we'll see vendor table. Well, you can see here in vendor table, there is issue here. You can see there is column 1, column 2, column 3 is not showing any specific column. And this is an issue. So what it means, you see, if you look at customer table here, have age, this customer ID, everything is okay. Then you see product table, you see category price, and everything is okay. You see sales, everything is okay as well. But in this vendors table, it's not okay. Because how do we link this table together? Because the column here, the name didn't appear. So we need to do data transformation before we can start doing the modeling. Okay, if you go to table here, you see this is table view. To make sure we see all this table, this is table view. Table view here, you see this is customer table. That is it here. That is how it looks. And then we'll see product table that's it here. And you see sales table. That is the way we want it to be. And let's look at vendor. You see, there is no, it doesn't have heading. All these columns, we need to transform them and rename the columns because they are missing. So that is what we are going to do. Okay. So means we are going to go and do transformation. Go to this view. Now, this is where we are going to do the transformation as usual. Click on here, transform data. Okay, these are various tables we have here. So we have to select the data we want to transform. We are transforming only vendor. This because of the, this is the problem we have here. It doesn't have name. So you see that the ID, the title, column title comes in row 1. This row 1 should have been, but instead of there, that is the problem here. So we need to transform the table, rename the table. So let's go to transform. And from transform here, you see rename. So we'll select this column, we rename it. So under this, we just say rename and we'll write vendor ID. And this one is sorted. We'll come to column 2. Here, we rename again. Is vendor name. Then we'll come to column 3. We'll rename again. And that is region. And then the 4th table, which is the product category. Product category. And that's it. So see, we've renamed all this, but we still have little issue here. You see that this is now under this congress. So this row, this first row is not making any sense here. So we need to remove the first row here. So how do we remove the row? Let's go back to and transform. Let's go back to home. And you see from here, this is where we can remove, we see remove rows. So this is the row we select here and say remove row. So you should remove top row, remove bottom row, remove. So let's just keep remove top row. And it's now saying remove top row. Specify how many rows to remove from the top. We said 1. And we click OK. And it's removed. And this our table is now making sense. So we come back here, we close and apply. And that's it. It's loading. So after loading, we look at the vendor table again. You can see the vendor table is now making sense. So now is the time we have to then do the modeling. This is where we go to the model view and we'll click on that. See all the, we have a lot, all the tables here. This is the vendor table. You see the vendor table, we are not able to link. The Power BI automatically linked some of it automatically because of its auto nature. linked table, they feel that they can be linked together for us. You see, because these other tables, they have a relationship already. The Power BI use their relationship to auto link them together. So you can see the link here. So, and the one that do not have any relationship when we are loading them, that is the one that could not be linked together. So these are the tables we'll need to link. Okay. Now, we don't want this auto linking. We want to do our thing. So we'll just have to disable all the link. It's taking time. Okay, done. This one as well. We disable. So now these are four different tables. They can, at the moment, they don't have any link. They cannot share information. If you want to use this sales table to analyze, it's not going to give you meaningful information because all this customer ID is a set of just um, alphanumeric number, unique identifier, but it's not linking to anywhere. So there's nothing to identify. All this, so the only way you can identify and pick information from other table is when it's linked together. So, and that is what we are going to be doing. So there is relationship. There are two types of relationship here. Relationship we have not only two, we have relationship one-to-one relationship and we have one-to-many relationship. And based on we have four data sets here, tables here that can be linked together, is what that's what we call one-to-many. So you see this. This is the fact table, and I want to bring it to be on top. So other tables, they are looking up to this table. Is the main table, the fact, call it fact table. And the other tables are subordinate. So and another thing here is that this kind of table, when model can form what we call we have star schema and we have snowflake schemas. Star schema is that after linking the table, after modeling the table, it will give you the shape of a star. So now to start modeling, for instance, if you just finish, because you see, in most cases, you have to transform all the data sets before they have a meaning for you to start linking. But the information we imported here, some of them is already have relationship, and Power BI just use their relationship to link them together, form a relationship. So now the first thing is to do is let's create a relationship between customer table and sales table. So we have to find a common ground, which is the relationship, and we'll call it key, primary key. So this primary key, if we are looking at here, we see we'll have customer ID here and we'll have customer ID here. So that is the relationship, that's the primary key. We're going to tie them together. So I'll just drag and drop it here. Then it will open up a dialog box. In dialog box, for you to confirm, you see customer ID in customer table and customer ID in sales table. You look at the first three values here, you see they rhyme. So that is, they have something in common. So we agree to that. So then cordiality and cross filter direction, which we talked earlier, as see what is the relationship like, is single, they have a single relationship, and it's only one thing that links them together. And again, here you see the relationship that is going to cordiality within this environment is going to be one to many. So that is what, because we have other relationship here, so it's going to be one to many. So the Power BI have already pre-selected it for us, and it's right. So, and then if we're happy with that, we click save. Now we've saved. You see loading here. So now you can see after that, a relationship is now formed between these two tables. We apply the same thing to product table. You have product ID here and we'll have another product ID here. So that is the key, the primary key that is going to link these two tables together. So we grab this one here and drop it under this one as, you know, and it will form. And you see here, product ID on product table and product ID on sales table with one to many and single filter direction, and we save. Now you can see there is a relationship here now. See, The relationship do exist now. Okay. The next is this vendor table. Come over here. You see vendor ID is here already, and you can find out that there is another vendor ID here. So this is the primary key. We're going to use it to link the two tables together. And the same thing, validation, one-to-many, and save. It's still loading. Yes, finish loading. So now you can see that all these tables here have merged. We have merged this table. They are still on their own, but they can work together as one. So that is what we call data modeling. It's as simple as this. If you think there is any other thing big about data modeling, no, that is it. We have modeled this data, and in software development, we call it integration. You see the way we've integrated these three. If this is an application, we've integrated all of them together, and all of them can share data seamlessly. So, because of this now, when we start visualizing this sales table, it will start drawing information, insights from both vendor table, product table, and customer table. We don't need to, anything we do here, from here, whatever is happening here, we are going to be seeing it from this sales table. So because that is the central table, that is what we call facts table, and that's it. So the next thing is that we've done our modeling, we've done our transformation. You know, when we did transformation, we've done our modeling, and then the next thing is to do visualization. So that is it. If you have any question about this modeling before we go to visualization, visualization is what we have been doing. All of us are pro in data visualization at this point. We are pro, I'm sure of that. But this data modeling is what we've done, but we've seen what data modeling is all about. Any question before, because I know you guys already very good at visualization.
Yes, good evening again, Mr. Charles.
Okay. I'm with you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I think I switched off when you were trying to do the initial, when you brought, when you tried to, what's that thing now? Remove the initial relationship. Could you run me through that again, please? Could you run me through that?
You know, you are not going to be doing that. If we finish doing something, we'll have to go back and do it for you alone because of time. But I'm going to do it.
Okay.
So what exactly do you you want to how to edit, how to disintegrate?
Yes, more like it. Yes.
Okay.
When you were doing it, I got disconnected. By the time I came back, you had passed that. And when I checked the
Okay.
notes, when I
Okay.
checked the
Okay. Well,
notes
it's very easy to do. We just,
okay.
if you click on it, it will give you the opportunity to delete. And that's what I'm going to do now. So when we started, we'll find out that these three tables have relationship already because the data is very clean, is well clean, but they do not have any relationship with vendor table because vendor table at that point wasn't clean. So we have to transform vendor table to create a relationship to make them um, have a relationship with this set. So if you want to disintegrate this, you want to let them, if they have an issue, everybody want to be on their own, then you see this relationship here. I will double click, I will right click on it. If you right click on it, you show you property, show you all you need. This is, you click delete. So if you click delete, it will bring another dialog box to make sure that warning telling you, are you sure of what you are? Say yes. You don't want the relationship again. And boom, will just be answering them. You know, they've now, Mr. Coker has divorced the two tables. So that is what is happening now. Are you getting it, Mr. Coker?
Oh yes, I've actually done all of them. And I just needed that I didn't know I needed to right click. I've done it now.
Okay. So now we are happy, then we can remarry them again. So you go to customer ID, from customer ID, you drag it, you come here and drop it. And it will ask you a few questions. Cordiality, everything is yes, you are happy, you save. And so there is very flexible, you can integrate and disintegrate. So that is what we mean by data modeling. If you are in business analysis, you know that in data modeling, in requirement modeling or process modeling, we use process map. That process map will be, you see how the process map will be connecting one process to another process, showing the sequence of activity within that process till they complete the process. You see, that is modeling. Relationship, creating relationship, that is it. In software development, we do integration. So software integration is just creating relationship. And during software development, we do what we call data mapping. This is how we do data mapping. But when we are doing integration, we map. So you can call this modeling or data mapping. Another name can be data mapping, connecting data. So you see how the data is connected. See, if you don't want to call it data modeling, it's data modeling, but it's a data map. So that's it. So the next thing is, this is the model, and this is the view. I will go over here for visualization. So So if you have question, you have to call my attention because I'm not. If you are raising your hand, I'm not seeing it. So
Okay, sir. Sorry, the question I
I
have now.
just hear I hear sound. I feel like somebody is raising hand, but
I was raising my hand, sir. Sorry.
okay.
So the question I want to ask now, if you come back to the visualization part of the Power BI, having left the model part, are you going to save anything or the way you have already done it there? Because I was looking at when we transform the data, you have to close and transport, save and transport before the data is captured with the transformation.
If you're looking at if you are looking when we are doing modeling, at every point it will ask you a question and you agree. If you
Okay.
remember, we keep saving. You see it
Yes, we
in
keep
the
saving.
system. So we are not
Yes.
saving it outside Power BI.
Okay, sir. Sorry.
We are,
That's what I want to know.
that saving we are doing applies to all the data in the Power BI. So it's valid when we use that save. It's okay. We don't need to do any extra saving for that to take place. Once we save it, it start working. So it means that now all the data they are now networked, so we can visualize them at this point. So that is the sequence. I want you to understand the sequence. So okay. So the first thing to visualize so we're going to start visualizing the sales by region. If you have my notes, if you open my notes, you'll see it there. So, and what we're going to do is to grab a bar chart. And this is a bar chart. So have this is another bar chart, clustered bar chart. This is stacked bar chart. Any bar chart, just grab this one. And so from the bar chart, we drag the x-axis, which is sales, region to x-axis. What we're visualizing for you to be guided, you see we have a lot of tables here. We are visualizing sales table. You know, are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
So if you look at here, we have 3 tables here, but this is open up this sales table. That is what we are going to do. So we are going to grab this region to x-axis, and then we're going to grab the sales amount to y-axis. So that is number one. Okay. Number two virtual is sales by vendors. And to do that, we use pie charts. So this is pie chart. Click on pie chart. Let's move it to this place. And so vendor should go to legend. Vendor. So we have to, at this point, we're getting it from vendor. Vendor name should go to legend. And sales amount goes to value. This is the value. Sales amount goes to value. And yeah. Then the third visual is going to be saved by customer. So we are going to grab a table. A table, and this is a table here. I think this is the first time we are using table in our visual. Yeah, table. So we go to customer, we grab customer name, column. Then we go to sales. We grab sales amount, drop it here as well. Then we'll go to sales as well and grab sales quantity and drop it at the column as well. quantity. Yeah. So let's expand it a bit. Yeah. So, and then first by product category, we have clustered um, column charts. Is column chart, clustered column chart. So, and the configuration is going to be product category. I'll look for products here. Product category goes to x-axis, and sales amount goes to y-axis. Yeah. Okay. Now, if here I made a small note after the visuals here about this axis. The axis, x-axis, represents categories such as region, vendor, product, and y-axis most of the time represents amount, quantity, like figures. So if we are struggling to which axis to drop, over time we'll master all this. So for interaction, we add slicer for region. We come here and this is slicer here. Okay, under the slicer, we go to, let me minimize this so we look a bit tidy. So drag region to the fields. So with this, we can interact. We can check by region. Okay, let's know what is going on in each region. For instance, let's see what we've got for Abuja. So you see in our table, Abuja will have 15,000 naira. So we out. Then let's go to Lagos and see what's going on in Lagos. Select Lagos. You see that Lagos is 30,500. And then you see, let's go to Port Harcourt. And Port Harcourt, you have 22,500. And yeah, so okay, let's add more.
Sir, sorry, I'm so sorry for calling you back.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm struggling with this slicer. When you click the slicer, is the one that has funnel, like the filter.
Yes. You see,
when you click, okay, sorry.
Okay. There is difference between slicer here. Within this visual, it's called slicer. Because here you can see that filter, they do similar work, you know. But here you have filter here. Filter is on its own. There is a panel for filter. That is it here. I'm pointing. But if you are picking from this visualize these visual containers, it's called slicer. Okay, carry on.
Okay, so it's like I have seen where I made mistake. You now pick a region from here, add to field. Okay, okay. I've gotten where I made mistake. I was using the filters to do it before. Sorry.
Okay. So this is called, if you want to, all of them, if you want to understand their names, if you just highlight on them, their name will appear. Like you see, this one is called stacked bar chart. This one is stacked column chart. This one is clustered bar chart. This one is map. This one is card, you know, and that is it. Over time, we are going to be using card as well for KPI, but we are getting there. By the time we get to DAX, we are going to be using measure to measure areas that are, you know, we are going to be using this card as well. So let's finish up with our slicer. We have slicer for category. We cut in another slicer. So the slicer here, we go to the product. For category, product category. We close this. Now we'll go to product, pick category. So, and yeah. So now this is categories. You can see that this is a bit advanced than the basic one we did, because basic one we did before, we are just analyzing a particular table. But at this point, we have 4 tables that work together, that we are, visualizing all these tables. They are working together because we have modeled them, we have linked them. So the information in our virtual connecting different tables is real. It's not cut off from any table. So that is where the advancedness is coming, ability to, visualize 3 different tables that is related, having all of them in one visual because it's connected. And then another slicer is vendor and vendor here. I will drag it down here as well. Okay, let's try to make my work look tidy. Okay, now we have to go to vendor. This slicer is for vendor. Open vendor. We grab vendor name to the field. And you see these are different vendors here. Best Water Limited and Co. And sorry. Okay. Yeah, so already this is a dashboard already. Just remaining is to I'll give it a name. So to give it a title, so we come over here, and this is the text box. To grab it, and I'll say food, Traco sales insight. Twenty 24 and align it to center. Align it to center and make it bold and then give it a color and yeah. Mhm. So I'm done with my dashboard. So now this dashboard, I want to um, yeah, somebody is raising hand.
Yes, sir. Sorry, the icon you click for that test. So right, the food tracker is inside 2024. I'm just looking for it. Oh,
You mean the text box
yes, sir.
is there. If you go to Home tab,
Okay.
this is Home tab. You see Home tab here?
Okay, I didn't see your cursor.
This is Home tab. We should by now you should know where Home tab is here. That is it here. You see the Home tab.
Okay, I can see it now.
If you click on Home tab, then you see one by one till you get to here. You see? Can you see it
Okay.
here?
Yes, sir.
Can you see the text box now?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry, sir. Where can you add color? You made it color blue to beautify it.
Color.
Yeah, that you made it. Yeah, it was color blue. The front for this thing.
For the heading.
For the heading.
Okay. If you want it, click on it. If you click on it, the whole panel will appear. So you can see from there, you can change the font. From here, you can change the size of the font if you want it to be big or small. If you want to, this is font color. If you click on this drop down, you select any color.
Okay.
If you want to make it big, click on big. If you want to make it italic, but before you do that, make sure that you highlight on this.
Okay.
Are you getting it?
Make sure you
highlight on this. Select that before you can start doing that. If I want to change the color now to red, it's going to be red now.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is to, if you want to share your work in LinkedIn, you can screenshot it from here, but I don't want to screenshot it from here. I'll go to File, and I'll go to Export. I'll click on Export. I will export it as PDF, and from PDF you can convert it to picture or you can screenshot. to make it look cleaner. So now is transferring it to PDF. So and then it's on PDF now. If I come to it's on PDF now. So this is the PDF version of this work. I want to make it so now I will screenshot it and share it with you guys in PDF. No, sorry, in PNG. So I'll screenshot. Okay. Okay, this is my snippet. And I'll save. I'll save it as a PNG on my laptop now as a picture. Okay. Say food Traco sales site 2024. I'll save it.
Let me on Jen. See when they go. Huh?
Okay. Come over here.
I said, let me on Jen. This will stop using it in the afternoon. No. One more tap. Oh, I will watch the panel. Maybe some this is not.
All right. I'll call it a good night here, guys. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir.
So if you go to this thing, you will see it. I'm sending it to you on WhatsApp.
Okay, so we appreciate the video on time so that we practice again.
Okay,
Good.
no worries. No worries. I told you I was on break, but I'm back for work now full time. I work 24 hours.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. So practice makes perfect, you know. So let's keep practicing it. We don't and if you follow my notes, I take time to develop my notes. If you follow my notes, it will help you as well, and the video as well. But if you are struggling, you can still reach out to me. Next time, we're going to be talking about DAX. Yeah. So